What's happening, people? Population Nation here at my review of Picard Season 3, Episode 4. And one thing I will say is I didn't actually know this till the very end, but about, I don't know, a third of the way through, there was something about the directing style and how it went, and I was thinking, has Jonathan Frakes directed this? We can get to the end and see his name come up. Anyway, yeah, he directed this episode. There's just something about his style. It's getting a bit... Not criticising the guy in any way, but he seems to have a sort of certain style. Whether you like it or hate it, it's up to you. I don't mind it. He's directed some good episodes, actually. He obviously knows what he's doing. I've just noticed a bit of a pattern, and like I say, in this one, it was like, seems like one of his, he directed it, and turned out at the end, yeah, he did. Anyway, yeah, before we go, I know it's not Star Wars, but instead of being joined with my mate Grogu, I thought I'd have BB-8 a ride for this, along for this one. He says he's welcome to be here. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Basically, he sort of, well, obviously, the episode starts where we left off. They're in the nebula. And we now know that the changelings, or the splinter group of the changelings, are involved. We've got Worf and Raffi on, I presume it's Earth. She's undercover. She got into a bit of bother, and Worf came to her rescue. We know Worf's now a handler. I'm really glad that Worf's come back into it and he hasn't lost his touch. Yeah, we find out that Mark Crusher is Picard's son. Yeah, they find out there's a saboteur on board and they need to track him down, and he's a changeling. I've already said the Captain Beric, the enemy, there was something not quite, there's something a bit off-key about it, you know, why she got this hate against them and this and that. And I get these premonitions now and again, but it's one of them. If I actually say it, it doesn't seem to come true. But if I have the premonition and it comes true and I haven't told anybody, then you know, you could just say, well, you're just saying that. It's a weird one, but I already said there was just something one of the villains said, referred to her, and I can't remember what he called her now, but there was something that sparked up in my brain, changelings, and I did say with the trailers, They smell a bit of desperation, getting the old crew back together, and they seem to be throwing a lot of this and that at it. And to be honest, so far, I think Tony Mattel has done a great job so far. I absolutely love it when I turn it on and you get that original theme tune, and I almost expect the words, space, the final frontier. Yeah, just straight away it gets me going. They're acting like there's a proper chain of command. I don't know what's happened to Patrick Stewart between well, let's face it, the last couple of movies he was in where it wasn't really his finest hour. I thought he was good in Contact. But the others now, and then Picard season 1 and season 2, I just couldn't believe they wheeled the old guy out to do that. Obviously, Star Trek diversity was turning Trekkies away, and it wasn't bringing in the new crowds. Strange New Worlds. I've seen a few people that have said it's all right. I've seen a lot more that basically aren't even interested. I haven't even watched a single episode of it. I started Picard season 1. No, couldn't deal with it. It's, season 2. Well, talk about being on a helter-skelter. Like, brain was, yeah. But this season, like I say, so far, and really not much has happened. I said it about episode 2. I said it about episode 3, and I'm saying it about episode 4. Not too much is happening, but we're spending. It's actually great getting to know the old crew again. I wish we could have spent a bit more time with some of them. The flashbacks are nice. Some is original footage, some is obviously recently shot footage. But yeah, because Patrick Stewart, it's like someone's like, giving some, been drinking a lot of energy drinks, or, been given something else. He's just a totally different guy instead of walking around and, I apologise, I didn't mean that. He's actually acting like what he should be acting, Admiral. Obviously, he's old. Riker's getting on a bit now, but he's at his command, and he's sort of taken Picard's place. Again, sure, Captain Shirt. He's not the dick that he made. This sort of, I, I can't describe it, but yeah, I do like him. I wish that we got a bit more time with him actually. The Nebula, and this is what I'm saying about Jonathan Frakes directing. Early on when they were in it and they were scanning it and they were saying that there's biomatter, and I was thinking straight away, yeah, it's a living organism. And I was thinking this is somehow going to be their way out. Yeah, it did seem like they're pulling from some old storylines and putting it together. I think it's still a bit inside the ship, still a bit dark. Why it's not a bit brighter and a bit more activity, people running around and whatnot. But like I say, not much happened. Obviously, in the end, they figured out, yeah, the nebula is a living matter, and as they always do, they figure it out scientifically or whatever, and the escape, and that's where it ends. And obviously, they're going to run back to the nearest base they can, or outpost or whatever, and this is new danger. What's going to happen? And obviously, changelings. Yeah, they've infiltrated, and they got a grudge. Yeah, so the last couple of seasons, not really much has happened, but in the sense of character building, getting to know the characters, the crew coming back together. I think the writing in that respect is gonna mould a good crew, and well, we don't know what's coming next. I know there's people that have seen these other episodes. I haven't. I have heard on the grapevine that the next episode, episode 5, is going to be fantastic. So I shall be looking forward to that. Yeah, again, not dissing Jonathan Frakes, but he's got a directing style, and it seemed quite early on, I thought this is one of his. He's directed this one. He likes to emphasise on family, which we got a lot of that, family connections, and between Picard and his son. And there's always that. He always likes some sort of fancy thing at the end. One that springs to mind is the final episode of Picard season 1, when the Romulans all turn up and then the Federation all turn up. Yeah, very Jonathan Frakes. Like I say, not dissing the guy, but he's got a certain style, and yeah, he's got some input. But I do like where it's going, and I can't wait now for the Titan to get back to the Federation, and things are obviously going to escalate, but obviously the changelings have infiltrated the higher ups. So what's going to happen there? You've got a has-been admiral, a has-been captain. So I think Shaw is going to play a bigger part. And I actually said in my last video, I think he's going to change his tune and become more. The story arc was 7 is going to be pretty good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the crew getting together properly. And who knows, maybe we'll see some, what's it called, a Neo Constitution class. Well, the battleship, the Shrike, they're going to need some firepower. That's carrying some punch. So let's see what the Federation have got to counter that, and how they go about it. Anyway, thanks for listening, Population Nation here. I dreamed on a bit then. A few ifs and ahs. I'm working on it. But yeah, so far loving it. He's just saying subscribe. Hope you do. Make my day. Help the channel grow. Give me a boost of my confidence. Like, share, and I'll catch you on the next one.